So this is a little slideshow I put together of Vivid for her 9th birthday, but I hadn't had time to upload it. I was just going to share a little bit of history about her. Those are her parents. Her father was a blue Malinois crush that I owned, and her mother was a brindle Dutch Shepherd Dynasty that I also owned. Crush I had bought as a puppy. He was the best nerve dog I'd ever encountered in my life. Huge dog. A lot of people thought he had Great Dane in him. He was so huge. Dynasty was small, really compact. I thought she was an incredible dog. She was off the charts, though, with her drive and aggression. She just pretty much wanted to kill everybody. And she originally was purchased by a group of people that wanted to train her and sell her as a police dog. However, they had problems with the fact that she didn't want to really bite equipment. She just wanted to bite people's faces. And the people that were training her, which had tons of experience, by the time she was 9 months old, they were all afraid and nobody wanted to work her anymore. So I bought her. And she had 1 litter, 6 pups. 2 were females. That's Vivid, the day she was born. And all these other pictures are of Vivid as she was growing up. She was the purple collar female. I didn't actually pick her out of the litter. I had a friend who I had previously sold a dog to that was a little bit too much of a dog to handle, even though he's far more than qualified. And he wanted a female that would be a good match for the male that he owned, but he wanted less of a dog than what he already had. So I chose the other female for him and kept Vivid for myself, as I had sold her father to the States, and I definitely wanted to be keeping a female puppy from this litter. And Vivid, by the time she was probably 4 weeks old, was quite a handful. When I would go in to fill the water bucket, and it was stainless steel, and I would be dumping water in, she would come out and viciously attack the bucket. And she was just a little tiny thing. She was so reactive and so aggressive. Even at like 6 weeks old, she was willing, with 100% confidence, to bite people. I'd never encountered a dog like her, and I still haven't again to this day. She was the first one, and it really didn't matter what you did. That was her personality. However, probably by the time she was 8, 9 months old, by doing bite work with her, I was able to control her desire to bite people, and she's become an incredibly easy dog to manage. However, her natural reaction, because she is so reactive, is to want to nail people right away, and she wants to nail people in the face. That's her go-to. She's not a sport dog, would never do well in any sports. As for her, the fight is real. She'll bite a sleeve, but she'll also let go of that sleeve and go for flesh very quickly. So whenever she's doing sleeve work, she's always had to stay on a fairly tight lead for the safety of the handler, or the decoy. She's absolutely never redirected any aggression towards me, never had an issue with dominance, even though she's an incredibly dominant dog. Even the people that she really truly appears to love and has known her whole life, she wouldn't think twice about nailing them if she felt they were doing something that was wrong. But with me, I have no issues. I ask her one time, that's it. I don't have to ask her multiple times. I don't have to nag her. I just give a command. She obeys. I've never had to be hard on her. All she wants to do is just live and please me. I know a lot of people say, you can't sleep with dominant dogs. It makes them worse. I've been sleeping with her since the day she was 7 weeks old. And like I said, we've never had an issue. And that's not so much because of my handling skills. That's just the type of dog she is. Her loyalty is to one person, and it's very, very strong to one person. She just turned 9 recently, and she still acts like she's 1. She did get a little bit gray when the Chihuahua came, but most of that gray is faded out now. She's a decent sized female. She's probably almost 80 pounds. Her sister's much bigger than her. And her sister was used for breeding out in Alberta and produced some really huge dogs, well over 100 pounds. Vivid had 1 litter. She was bred to Amboss, a son I kept from the import I had from Holland, Tego. Really, really nice puppies. Most of them went into breeding homes for police and working type dogs. She's a very serious dog. But like I said, she's not a sport dog. She would never do well at sport work. She takes biting just way too serious. However, she's the only dog I've ever owned in my life that I can absolutely say without a doubt that I believe she would absolutely defend me till the end. She is a dog that you could kick the living shit out of, and she wouldn't back down. You would have to kill her. I honestly believe that, and I can't say that about any other dog I've owned. And I've owned well over 1,000 dogs, all working breeds, many of them protection trained. And she's the only dog I've ever owned that absolutely, in her mind, I come before everything else, including herself. She's been a bit of a pain in the ass to keep, just because of the fact that she is reactive. However, the moment I tell her phooey or foos or anything to stop what she's about to do, which is bite somebody, she stops instantly. And she almost looks at me as if like, oh shit, sorry, didn't mean to do that. But she's always 2 seconds away from potentially biting someone. So I always have to be on guard when it comes to her. She's semi-social. Over the years, she has gotten to be a little more social. And, she's learned to like some people and allow them to pet her and stuff like that. But she's a dog that nobody can kiss except for me. And I can kiss her a million times. I can grab her face. I can grab the sides of her face. I can yank her, pull her in for a kiss. And she absolutely loves getting her kisses. I can do anything to her, literally. Put her in a headlock, roll her over, lay on her. You name it, I can absolutely do to this dog. And there is no change in her energy. She always stays the same. And she loves it as she loves me. But if somebody else even just says, can I have a kiss? Then that's pretty much a guarantee that she's going to go for your face. Because she doesn't think that anybody is entitled to that except for me. Because she is such a dominant dog. She's dog aggressive. But as long as she doesn't interact with other dogs, she's fine. If they mind their own business, she completely minds her own business. She's definitely like a good blend of her two parents, as her sire was dog aggressive. And he was a nice dog, loads of drive. And she did get that from him, but she got the very loyal, serious aggression from her mother's side. Her mother was a dog that I wouldn't say was handler sensitive, but was just very loyal. It had no stubbornness. You know, she just wanted to do what you wanted. And that's very much how Vivid's like. Her father was a more of a stubborn dog. Quite an asshole. That's my fiance. When Vivid first met him, and you can see she looks content and she absolutely loves him. But she's punched him in the face a couple times with her mouth wide open because he asked her for a kiss or got too cuddly with her. It's got to be definitely by her rules. These are some photos of her a little bit older. Actually, these are photos just before her 9th birthday, playing ball at the park. She'll go all day, but she's not in the condition to do it. She's a house dog. I live in an apartment, been here for 7 years, and she's quiet. She doesn't wreck anything. She always is just a fantastic dog. You wouldn't even know she's in here. She's that good of a dog. And I know people say, oh, you can't have Dutch Shepherd and Malinois in an apartment and you got to run them every day. And yeah, if you get into the really crazy high drive border collie type ones. But she's not like that. She's more of a low drive. If I take her out, I could play ball all day with her. We could do bite work all day. We could run beside a bike. All those things. But if I don't do anything with her, she's just as content to cuddle up on the couch and just hang out, chew on a bone. And she's definitely been a great dog. And when she is gone, which I don't like to think about, I'm sure she's still got probably at least 6 years in her, 7 years. Then I will definitely get another, and it will definitely be a dog that's related to her. I do have connections, as I have dogs in various places around North America. One guy down in Florida has the lines, as I sold him breeding stock. His dogs are all pretty much blue dogs, which is my preference. And I have some friends out west, various different people that have dogs related to them, and that's definitely where I would be going when it comes time. But I'd only ever want one as a pet. That was Dynasty when she was pregnant with Vivid. She was a great dog. And Crush. He was something else. I wish I had kept him because, in my opinion, he was a far better dog than the dog that I had got that came from Holland. But that's the way it goes with breeding dogs. You can only keep so many, and you have to let some go. And I'd only had a small breeding program. But I just wanted to make a little video for Vivid for her 9th birthday. Like I said, that was the day she was born. She was the biggest pup in the group. But she was a bitch right from the get-go. Very reactive, but incredibly confident. She wasn't reactive in the sense that she was sketchy. Tail was always up, always looking everybody right in the face. Very, very confident pup. but she felt the need to control everyone and everything with her mouth. I'm hoping to get a video soon of her doing some bite work again, as it's been years. My plan is to probably do some muzzle work with her, as I only have a bunch of sleeves, unless I can find somebody with a bite suit, because I wouldn't be too comfortable doing sleeve work with her, as I do believe somebody would get hurt. And I wouldn't want to see that happen. But she is that serious about it. But I know without a doubt she'll bite. There's nothing I need to prove when it comes to that dog.